Waiting they happen.
I don't suffer, not be small. Upon say I get sense. Poverty not good at all. Oh. Now he make I come this village and they look for fresh corn. I look for fresh corn, la poverty. Look, you know the way to sing that song. I don't suffer, not be small. Upon say I get sense. Poverty not good at all. Oh. Now he make I come this village. Fresh corn. How much did they buy them now? But those women, when they do roasted corn and when they cook corn, when they throw away the dirty for gutter, only goes fire. Amen. If you roast corn, you do the corn, gather them, fire take it. But madam, mommy, babe, I'm not going to buy this corn for 3,000 naira. How much did they sell it for inside city?
How much? How much they sell it?
Huh?
How much for one?
For another corn. Come here, just put the seed and just throw it like this, just grow.
Hello. Sir, we'll brush her, we'll put fire, we'll pack her. We'll wither before come grow. Come germinate, come the meat and gay. You know, say it's a suffer day for the corn.
This one like 1, 2, like, this one like 20 now, be 20. Then this babe go to tell me say as fresh as she be like tomatoes. Say she go to confirm, call it do corn. You don't go do corn.
I remember they go for.
Now TikTok you do now, be now.
Not TikTok I did now.
Hey. Mommy.
Never do.
I beg me give me for 2,000 naira. I beg.
Not 2,000.
I beg, babe. No, I beg 2,000 naira.
No, 3,000. No, not 3,000.
I they see where they rush this corn. You know, say if you go city now, if you see where they offload corn, if you see the way our women they run kitty kata, all of them they drag for the corn.
This one a fresh one now.
We just a cut now.
If I want to say how much I'll take sell and if I buy this one 3,000 now. No, make we calculate I'm like buy this one 3,000. Ah no, you cannot sell corn 1,500. Maybe I sell at 200 naira now.
For where? For village, for yeah, they sell 200.
For honorary corn, for only the roasted corn.
Don't be charcoal that take the roast one. Don't be transport, it take carry and go house.
But you cosine shako, cosine this corn.
Okay, without charcoal, this corn it go roast.
You see, buy shako.
They buy charcoal.
Shako wood way full bush full everywhere.
For where?
Not be bush beyond this one.
Oh, now you want to go charcoal. I go.
So, like, how much I feel sell this one now?
This one?
Now, airport road, I want to go sell them for Bini.
I know now. I said 500.
For one. They not buy you.
They will buy you.
They not buy you.
They will buy.
Ah, no, they not buy, mommy.
I said they will buy. All my son that did there, all my daughter did there. Now, son that they say they buy.
500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. But this one, they're not buying 500. So I can't gain like how much? Like 7,000. Plus shako. Plus the money when I enter transport, when I carry out from village to the city. Therefore, the one when we say I take stand, they do the call like this, until they cook up. Shut up. Drop your comments. Just they like them. Babe, thank you very much. Now, roasting, you go to stand for time. Like how much did they say?
Not the tell us now.
500.
Some small for like that 300. Depends now. Big, small.
I thank you. I agree to now. So package my own for me now.
Yeah,
No,
this one
are
3,000, 2,000.
I know if you pay. 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 Money no they come from heaven. To better thing money go come. Like where these ones they go now? Onisha be Lagos be. Onisha. What is there for Uromi Agbo Expressway? I know now for Ebele. Why would they so? Federal government, I got. 1 minute firewood now. Enough you buy what of kerosene now? Why you not buy kerosene? I'm
Elu gbo marele. Where my hello ya do no.
Koye. What to?
Iyan.
So Gary not there again.
Gary not there o.
No. So na firewood you take the.
Now they take the cocoa. See head.
I know.
When I they see they push am. You don't know where.
You not fit buy kerosene.
I not get money. I not fit to buy. No money.
Too cost.
Okay, one more they go. Do.
Now so I see am o.
I don't suffer, not be small.
Oh.
Upon say I get sense. Poverty not good at all. Oh. Make I come this village, make I come look for now.
You do well for us. I bet tell
Government. Make something the sheep.
You know, now this one with the government work. Now make farm they good now. Huh? I carry go market and sell 6,000. And that's why they push am more.
You know, bring corn all day, okay?
My own never strong.
Never strong.
Never strong.
The one where I buy for there just now, they give me like 20 for 2,000 naira. 20 corn. Now you know, say you na farmer. Now buy that they buy.
Yeah, buy too.
Like say now your corn now. I give you like 2,000 naira. How many you give me?
You for not buy self. I for not sell for you. You for just cut down. How many you want it? You go eat it 40.
Imagine me man, you can't give you no give. Drop your comment, shut up. You see, mommy, you don't reach 70 years.
Now 70 I just so. Now just this. Now 70 something I just this so. No video, no your time my government.
And so 70 years, mama. Now the America, now the UK, now the Europe. Thank God for your life. Oh, see 70 years old woman on wheelbarrow for village. Imagine me man, the can't give man, no give. They go. Okay.
Waiting day.
Market, you go to find out for market.
They cost her.
Waiting me for it.
How much is 1 kilo of gas now?
No.
1,700.
Kg na 2,000 naira for my area.
Oh.
For 1 kg for gas.
Okay, about waiting to the bone of control.
Now it cost her.
Any man when go enter this seat, when don't get plan before he enter
Okay,
there.
why don't they call the
He
governor?
don't get plan.
The governor, no, they call the governor name.
Governor, wait.
We not get minister. We not get senator.
Okay, when the aid is corrupt, the times they move anyhow.
However, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, this bus now when I get so the engine don't not the sound well again. Those people say those new cha-cha bus where you buy will be diesel and CNG.
Bring them for us. Bring them.
Make
him hear them. Make him bring the bus.
the bus take government.
Now government has the one use them. Now government the head. A lot of people want enter. This one never reach 30 years. Where they do this one? This one never reach 30 years. As they buy new one come now, they don't go bring them with the head.
They don't go commissioner. They don't go shaker.
Commission. Make the bring and come from me with commissioner. So when they go book for government as when you talk now. Now government as they want use am.
For the past 3 years, you want to say you never see what Tinubu don't do.
Tinubu.
What you do for the past 3 years? You never see what he don't do.
I see what he do. Tinubu do something. He use hungry beaters. He do something.
Move. 50 bus now, Pawolo buy. Akpako bus.
Make him bring her come with you.
His Excellency. His Excellency. Akpako rescue.
The boss wey buy, me no know whether I buy, but you dey talk am.
They come my house.
Make it bring am, cause they try.
Toilet dey inside.
We no expect say.
Dey inside.
We no expect say you go try this.
ATM dey inside. Police station dey inside.
We make it bring am. Make it bring am come. As we dey enter this old one, so that make we still enjoy the new one. You know the enter.
Governor, that's why they tell us say the new one. Police station dey inside. ATM dey inside. Security dey inside. Toilet dey inside. Where you go chop 3 times a day? Dey inside. Hey! I want order. I pledge to Nigeria, my country. Hey, whoa! If you see where Nigeria go just dey waka dey talk. Nigerians go dey waka dey talk. What's all this? Oga. Good morning. How the family now? Nigerians go just dey complain about Tinubu. What did Tinubu do? If you hear Tinubu, you say that guy come, they say people Tinubu, they don't want to let him out. I don't know what they do.
But one thing I know that don't everybody we get person where we still give and we do more than Tinubu. This country where we don't know where we go, then I go, when they go, then I come back, when they come. It's only God can help us. It's only God can help us this country. And nobody will say this country don't get a CB. Everybody they complain for hardship. Food we no see, water we no see, everything they complain. More all of us gather man, they thank God, may help us, may touch us so that we find something to do. Things can move well. This Tinubu matter. If you talk about Tinubu, another can go now and can be worse than Tinubu. So we know how they work out. So we don't say to hold now. You walk and walk. Now things go move well. Understand? Yes. Understand?
President of Nigeria.
No. The way Nigerians they complain about Tinubu, what did he do?
Not be Tinubu for the complaint senators. He get Facebook. Tinubu na president, not be the God. What is senators? Then they sleep. House of Rep. Then they sleep. Politician. Then they sleep. Look well. I'm a human rights advocate. United Nations human rights advocate.
Now this Tinubu where they shout everywhere for Nigeria.
They shout 1 2 man. Not be only Tinubu be president. Senator, they be president. Money when senator they receive, you need to build the street, you build people. When they this state. What did they tell me? President there, it be like what you were talking. Just like a figure there. It be like figure. Now try to tell you, press me. Make a face and look me.
Oga.
United Nations human rights advocate. Oh yeah, me talk. Oh yeah. I know. Make I put my shoes on. Make I don't see shoes when I wear now. Okay. I dey hear you.
What be the problem?
The problem when we get now, bandits don't drive us. I won't go shave my hair now. Me I wear car, me they not catch me.
Bandit?
You don't know what be bandit. They can't be journalists.
No. What is bandit? What is it?
Bandit na people when they killing innocent people. And these people now, maybe some of them not get job. I don't tell government. Say me that they pay social to people when not get job. Not be everybody will get job. See, Africa not there equal. Me they tell you, Africa they not there equal. I don't go many countries. Now social, now they tell the control person. You they hear me now? This country just there like that. Man, no, they don't arrest me the way they arrest can know.
What is your problem?
My problem is the hungry. I want run.
What's your problem?
I want run. My problem is no food to eat. Bandit, they pursue. I want run. You be bandit. Make I not come run.
Like play. Shut up. Drop your comments.
Now wait till they happen. Now wait till they happen. This one done too bad. This one done.
I dey for Benin City, I dey stay South Nigeria. As you watch me now, drop your comments. To you, what did this President Tinubu do? We be say all over Nigeria. It's like some people not like him. Why some people like him? And the truth of the matter, people will not like him. Not many people like him. Now the truth of the matter be that to drop your comments. People will like the president, and people will not like the president. People will not like the president. Plus, people will like the president. Is equals to what?
Waiting they happen.
Election done they come. Oh. Now say your vote. Oh. No need to fight. Oh. Election done they come. Oh. No say your vote. Oh. No say your vote. Oh. Election done they come. Oh. No say your vote. Oh. No need to fight. Oh. People go dey complain. No say your vote. Oh. Election done they come. Oh. No say your vote. Oh. No need to fight. Oh. Election done they come. Oh. No say your vote. Oh.
So,
God, how the family?
we dey.
People go to church, they call President Tinubu. What did this President Tinubu do? People will like President Tinubu plus people will not like
I don't like him. I don't like him.
That's your own opinion.
I don't like him
Why
at
you
all.
not like somebody,
no.
a president of a country?
No. I don't like
they
him.
do?
People they suffer now. Look at this for market, very, very
Now
expensive.
it cost, huh?
Eh?
Now it cost, huh?
Now it cost now.
A president-
See for now, for it don't go up. Eh? Then how want to survive am?
You know,
I want to survive.
You know, that because of American and
No be because of that. Before that time, no be go announce say they remove subsidy.
why would I not
As I
like
remove
President
subsidy.
Tinubu? Why would I not? Why some people not like him?
Oga me no like am. I know what. Oga, I don't dey tell you
Your
so.
opinion,
Now you
sir.
ask me question, I dey answer you now.
I said people will like President Tinubu.
Me I no like am.
Plus people will not like
Me
him.
I no like
People will
am. See recharge card now everything don go up. Go market now go buy tomato for market. Make you see how much they say
Now it cost,
tomato.
Now President Tinubu.
No, as fuel go up, na everything go
Now
up.
President Tinubu cost.
As fuel go up, na everything go up. You don't see me I carry bag. I go buy
Why don't
supermarket.
they call the governor's name?
Which
Why don't
governor?
they call senators?
No be way he take do the governor. That governor say they work.
Now waiting they happen. Boss now waiting they happen. Boss now waiting they happen. Boss now waiting they happen. This one done too bad oh.
I just they waka everywhere. They ask people why some people don't like President Tinubu and some people like him.
You suffer too much.
Okay, you not go fit talk like that.
I
You
said
not go
you
fit talk.
suffer
Okay,
too
Alaji,
much,
I
Mr.
know you.
Man.
First of all, okay, go and bring your constitution.
I beg, check my bag there. Give me 1999 federal.
Bring your 1999 constitution. I never see.
From the beginning, the big mistake when this man make, as he remove subsidy. Subsidy. He scattered this economic sector in this country so far. Let me give you a little example, Mr. Man. Before we are intermotor from here to Kano, it's the highest 4,500, 5,000 naira. Yes.
To Kanu.
Yes. It's 4,500, 5,000 naira.
Are you not lying or what? 4,000?
As my age. As my age. I will talk lie. What is my benefit? What is my benefit? Now, if you go Adwa when you enter motor go Kano, you pay 25,000 naira or 30,000 naira.
To Kanu.
If you not get, you relax or you go die there.
For what you talk to?
So please,
For what you
I
talk
dey call the attention for the Mr. Tinubu to bring back the subsidy back.
It's not possible.
Why you say so?
It's not possible. After 3 years, to
And,
bring back
and
subsidy.
so what? We don't see the benefit of that.
Wait.
I'm a citizen of this
A
country.
senior citizen like you, for
I'm
the past 3 years, you said the policy of this present government is not working.
Yes, actually. From here to north, 30,000 naira, which is improper, is a big international challenge to the common man. Common man is suffer.
Why you they use this 1999 constitution?
This 1999 constitution, I read this one day and night to make sure that I know my right.
To know your rights.
Quite all right.
Is what they here different from what they have for outside?
Actually, confirm.
No. What did they here?
Let me tell you, section 14 in this constitution.
Section 14.
Fundamental objection and directive to the principle of the state policy. The governor, the government, and the people. Are you getting my point? Number 14A. The federal government of this country shall be a state based on the principle of democracy and social justice.
Yeah.
The social justice. Are you experiencing the social justice in this country? Number 2, it is hereby accordingly declared that sovereign belongs to the people.
Yes.
Size power belongs to the masses.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So it's the primary responsibility to the government to make sure that they protect the life and property in this country. See bandits occupy everywhere in this country.
Are you aware we have Nigerian army? Are you aware we have?
They are not.
They are
not active. They are not active. Satisfied with me or me? I'll go.
Continue with the constitution.
This is the primary and secondary responsibility to the federal government to make sure that I sleep well, I wake up well, and I eat well.
Are you not sleeping well?
I send my children to go school
Are you not sleeping
properly.
Well? Are you not sleeping well?
You don't sleep well. You are citizen of this country. You don't sleep well. Answer my question.
My BP high. My BP high.
Yeah, 5 pure water for him, may drink.
Bottle water.
5 pure water for him.
I got bottle water.
Pure water. I don't get money to buy.
I got bottle water.
I don't get money to buy pure bottle water for you.
Constitution. Now 1999 constitution.
It's a 1999 constitution. Not be a constitution at the read.
It's different from what they happen for outside Nigeria.
This topic alone. This topic alone is a failure to the federal government.
They never amend them.
Where now the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of the government. You experience that one?
Not be Nigeria you there.
Let's
carry this rumor of bandits and kidnappers.
It's not a rumor, Mr. Man. I'm talking. You're talking.
What is rumor about that? What is rumor about that? Tell me the one way be rumor for what he don't tell you now. Is it not banditry anywhere, everywhere? As I talk to you now, full security. Now every problem will get. Nigerians cannot feed themselves any longer.
No, this man go bring 1999 constitution.
Where's the authority?
As a judge of the constitution, and I want to hear the one with the.
See what I read for him. I don't know whether he did doubt.
He said fundamental objectives and directive principle of state policy.
It's happening.
Yes. See, the primary responsibility of government now to protect life and property.
Is Nigerian government not protecting Nigerians?
0 minus 9.
That's your own opinion.
That is F9.
It's not
That's your own opinion.
That is F9.
No.
Go ask another person.
Which kind of my opinion? Come, are you saving your house? Tell me true, you dey sleep with your 2 eyes
Are you threatening me?
I'm not threatening you, I'm asking you a question. Are you saving your own house now?
Are you threatening me?
No.
Answer the question.
No, answer the question.
No, Mr. Man. You are a citizen of this country.
Do you know how many dogs I have in my house?
Dog and so
I have
what?
dogs.
Okay,
And
now
so I
wait,
have
you have dogs.
You know the chef.
I have dogs in my house.
You don't agree to what you dey talk, say he not get safety.
Failure the government.
You don't have safety.
Insecurity.
You know not.
Waiting they happen.
Prepare water for him, may manage in life.
On my body they hot. On my body.
They hot. We can't even afford you water. No, not give out water. Water is expensive.
No, may they give him.
Because of God.
Calm down.
At my age, now you they buy me sachet water at my
You will
age.
see water drink.
At my age,
I don't cry.
at my age, you they give me this. At my age, you
I
they
don't try
give
the
me.
situation in this country. I don't try.
No. At my age, now you give me this kind of sachet water.
Wait. I will not blame you. Now, because you will see this water drink.
And I own fan for you. The fan they blow you. My fan they blow you.
My brother, better take water. You don't need that. That's why you need that. For water.
No. Why you go see the pure water?
Waiting they happen.
I beg, give me cocoyam, take.
You never correct.
You don't correct.
I know if you put sauce.
You pour here.
I know put oil. Now you're in a bag. I know they put.
I give you wazalako. I give you wazalako.
Et donc j'y vais.
I give you wazalako.
Et donc j'y vais.
I give you wazalako. I give you wazalako.
Et donc j'y vais.
I give you wazalako.
Et donc j'y vais.
I give you wazalako. You beg any? Happy. Now, for those of you who they watch us online for Facebook, for ITV, for TikTok, this is not cocoyam. Many of you are not the chopper. Many people they call them Aka. You when they watch us, whether it be Hausa or Igbo or Yoruba, or what do they call cocoyam for your language? Drop your comments. Share them. I give you wazalako.
Waiting they happen.
How far, Claire? Oh, Claire, share for Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and to serve Nigeria with all my strength. That's so it's supposed to be. We are suffering and smiling, but how you see this my car? Check this my car. How you see the car? I see you. Federal government of Nigeria, all the governors in Nigeria, all the senators, all the ministers, Nigerians are not happy. Oh, Nigerians are not happy. What to make Nigerians not happy? Hunger, inflation, corruption, insecurity.
Now wetin dey happen? Now wetin dey happen? Now wetin dey happen?
Waiting they happen.
ITV, certainly the best.
The threat of global warming is real. You have seen the destruction of lives and property as a result of incessant flooding. Make the environment a conducive place for all to live in. Stop polluting the environment. Protect the environment today. This message is brought to you courtesy Independent Television and Radio.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello there, many thanks for joining me on this week's edition of the program Environment Watch on Independent Television. I'm Sonny Duke Okosun. Every week we bring you stories on the environment so you can take action to protect, to preserve and to conserve the environment. Let's go. A new study reveals that for the first time, areas of Canada's boreal peatlands damaged by oil and gas exploration have failed to recover as scientists and companies predicted, and instead led to a tripling of their methane emissions with global implications. Long parts called seismic lines are cut into the landscape to accommodate surveying equipment. Researchers from the Faculty of Environment at the University of Waterloo measured methane gas from plant stems or the soil surface. They discovered that methane emissions in seismic lines were 300% higher in the bogs and were close to 200 in the fens compared to emissions from undisturbed sections of peatland. Methane is a potent greenhouse gas that traps heat in the atmosphere. And as a global warming accelerates, changing conditions in boreal peatlands will increase the rate of climate change and the scale of its devastating effects. The impact is already unprecedented, with the network of seismic lines in Alberta extensive enough to wrap around the Earth 9 times. Similar damage occurs across the boreal regions in the United States, Russia, and of course, the Scandinavia. The Nigerian Navy has frustrated renewed attempts by economic saboteurs to re-establish illegal refining operations in Rivers State. This is contained in an operational report by the Director of Naval Information, Captain Abiodun Folorunsho, on Sunday, June 14, 2026, in Abuja. According to Folorunsho, the operation was carried out by personnel of the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Pathfinder under Operation Delta Sentinel. He revealed that during the operation, naval personnel uncovered 2 illegal refining sites comprising 8 dug-out pits and reservoirs containing approximately 15,000 liters of suspected stolen crude oil and 105,000 liters of suspected illegally refined automotive gas oil, AGO. In the meantime, independent laboratory testing commissioned by the African Center for Biodiversity, ACB, has found that pesticide residues are widespread in commonly consumed foods sold in South African supermarkets, including staple foods, fresh fruit and vegetables, and several products intended for infants and young children. The findings are set out in a new briefing based on independent South African National Accreditation Systems, SANA's accredited laboratory analysis of 43 everyday food products purchased between November 2025 and January 2026. The briefing presents verifiable residue data and examines how those findings compare with South African Codex Alimentarius, European Union, and default regulatory benchmarks. Importantly, the briefing does not allege unlawful conduct by food producers or retailers, nor does it seek to quantify individual health risks. It provides an evidence base to inform public discussion and regulatory review of pesticide residues in food. Key findings include 1.86% of products tested contained at least one detectable pesticide residue on the applied analytical panels. 2. Multiple residues were common, with 37 different pesticide active ingredients detected across the sample set. One widely consumed tomato sauce contained 14 different residues. 13 highly hazardous pesticides, HHPS, substances internationally recognized for their intrinsic toxicity, were detected in 26 individual instances, including staple foods and foods consumed by children. 13 product pesticide combinations exceeded at least one applicable regulatory maximum residue limit or benchmarks, including South African MRLS, EU limits, Codex standards, or the default precautionary level of 0.01 milligram per kilogram. If you just join us, you're watching Environment Watch on Independent Television. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay. Many thanks again for rejoining us on Environment Watch on Independent Television, where we'll bring you up-to-date information that you need to know on what you can do to protect, preserve, and of course conserve the environment. And I'm your host, Sonny Duke Okosun. The Ebola outbreak caused by the Bundibugyo virus continues to expand in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, with the health authorities reporting rising infections and deaths as regional response efforts intensify. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, the DRC had recorded 676 confirmed cases and 136 deaths as of June 10, 2026. Health officials say the outbreak is evolving rapidly with increasing case numbers and wider geographic spread. Uganda has also reported cases linked to the outbreak in the DRC. As of June 11, the country had confirmed 19 cases, including 2 deaths, as well as 1 probable case that resulted in death. WHO said Uganda's outbreak remains epidemiologically linked to transmission originating in the DRC, with evidence of both imported infections and secondary transmission among contacts and healthcare workers. However, Ugandan authorities have not reported any new cases in the past 6 days, suggesting that ongoing containment measures may be helping to slow the spread of the disease. National authorities in both countries, working with WHO and other partners, are implementing a comprehensive response that includes surveillance, contact tracing, laboratory testing, case management, infection prevention and control measures, risk communication, and community engagement. A regional preparedness and prioritization framework is also guiding readiness activities across Africa to reduce the risk of further spread. Health experts continue to stress the importance of early detection and rapid isolation of suspected cases and strict adherence to infection prevention protocols. Bundibugyo virus is one of the species of Ebola virus that causes Ebola disease in humans. The disease can lead to severe illness and death, with symptoms including fever, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, vomiting, and diarrhea. As negotiations at the SB64 Climate Change Conference reached their midpoint in Bonn, the least developed countries LDC group has issued a stark warning. Climate change is no longer a looming threat but a lived reality that is eroding development gains and pushing vulnerable nations to the brink. Speaking at a conference on Friday, June 12, 2026, Ambassador Adao Suarez Barbosa, Special Envoy and Ambassador at the Large for Climate Affairs for Timor-Leste and Chair of the LDC Group, underscored the urgency facing the 44 countries that make up the bloc. Despite contributing least to global greenhouse gas emissions, he said LDCs shoulder a disproportionate share of the consequences from intensifying climate impacts to mounting economic pressure. Still on the ongoing conference on climate change in Bonn, in a press conference on Friday, the Executive Director of Connected Advocacy, talking about Israel Orecha, amongst other stakeholders, have called on countries with the highest pollution to ensure that other countries who have lower emissions do not feel more of the impact and the pangs of global emission, with the challenges relating to greenhouse gas emissions and, of course, climate change. In the meantime, stakeholders have called on stronger collaboration among government agencies, media organizations, civil society groups, and communities to address climate-induced flooding and environmental degradation across Nigeria. The call was made during the monthly climate hangout in Kaduna, where scientists, environmentalists, researchers, journalists, among others, came together to discuss and learn more about climate change and ways to prevent or mitigate its effects. A lecturer from the Department of Mineral and Petroleum Resources Engineering, Kaduna Polytechnic, Mrs. Halima Haruna, described rain as both a blessing and a revealer of environmental neglect. According to her, rainfall naturally supports farming, vegetation, and livestock, but also exposes the damaging effects of poor environmental practices carried out before the rainy season. Haruna said practices such as indiscriminate waste disposal, environmental pollution, and open defecation contributed to flooding and contamination of water sources during rainfall. She explained that many residents were unaware of the environmental consequences of their daily activities. Climate change, land use, and water use are significantly altering the global freshwater cycle at an increasing pace. This produces more widespread and frequent dry and wet periods, pushing freshwater systems further beyond its planetary boundary, according to a new study published in Nature Communications, led by researchers at the University of Eastern Finland, with contributions from Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research, PIK. The study provides an updated assessment of the planetary boundary for freshwater change and identifies the key drivers of its accelerating transgression at both global and regional scales. The findings show that climate change, together with large-scale land and water use, is pushing the freshwater cycle further away from stable state as defined by the planetary boundary for freshwater change. This boundary is already considered to be transgressed, reflecting a long-term trend that jeopardizes the freshwater cycle's ability to support vital climate and ecological earth system processes. Using data from 1901 to 2019 and an ensemble of global hydrological models, the researchers analyzed quantitative changes in both blue water in rivers, lakes, and groundwater, and green water in soils around the world, distinguishing between the effects of human activities through the land and water use and the effects through human-induced climate change on dry and wet land anomalies. Urban planning needs to tackle greenhouse gas emissions, and an important way to achieve this is by reducing the number and length of car commuters. This can be achieved primarily by ensuring that homes are located close to city centers and workplaces, so that well-targeted building densification becomes a critical lever. Citywide population density and transport links are of secondary importance. These are the findings of a new study in Environmental Research Letters led by the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research, PIK, in collaboration with the University of California, Berkeley, the University of Sussex, and other partners. Using 10 million mobility data points from Berlin, Boston, and Los Angeles, the San Francisco Bay area, Rio de Janeiro, and Bogota. The research team was able to reveal direct links between urban structure and car commuting with unprecedented detail beyond mere correlations. The newly developed approach shows how planners can use GPS data, travel patterns, and artificial intelligence AI to determine where in the metropolitan region a particular measure will have the greatest impact. The NNPC Limited and security agencies have intensified efforts to curb pipeline vandalism and protect critical energy infrastructure following a joint inspection of a vandalized. NNPC Limited said the joint inspection followed the arrest of 3 suspected pipeline vandals in Piri and Pai communities in Kwali Area Council, Abuja. The renewed commitment was demonstrated during the joint inspection of a vandalized section of the Nigerian Pipelines and Storage Company NPSC pipeline at the Pai community. The inspection was conducted by the Industry-Wide Security Architecture IWSA, NPSC, the Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA, and Special Prosecution Team, the FCT Police Command, and the Nigerian Army, as well as other security stakeholders. Speaking during the inspection, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mr. Bashir Ojulari, described the arrest as a significant breakthrough in the efforts to dismantle criminal networks behind attacks on oil and gas facilities. Ojulari, represented by the Chief Interface Officer NNPC Limited, Mr. Tahiru Sani Gwozo, said the suspects were only a fraction of a larger syndicate engaged in the sabotage of the nation's energy infrastructure. The removal of CO, that is carbon monoxide, from the atmosphere is considered an important tool in the fight against climate change, but has so far been an energy-intensive and expensive process. Now, researchers have developed a new method that efficiently binds carbon dioxide and releases it again using only a small amount of energy. The starting materials are provided by waste products from dairy and soy processing. In order to stabilize global warming at less than 1.5 degrees Celsius in the long term, there is a need not only for a drastic reduction in greenhouse gas emission, but also for technologies to remove and store hundreds of billions of tons of carbon dioxide, CO2, from the atmosphere. This is also the underlying basis of the scenarios set out in the latest assessment report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC. 4 years, research groups and startups have therefore been working on ways to remove CO2 directly from the air, a process known as direct air capture. The company Climeworks, which was founded as an ETH spin-off in 2009, is one of the world's first commercial providers of DAC. To this day, however, the direct removal of CO2 from the air remains an energy-intensive and expensive process. And that's a wrap on this week's edition of the program Environment Watch on Independent Television. We hope you had a great time watching. Be sure to join us same time next week. Until then, stay blessed and bye for now.
Certainly the best.
The new Idiom expressed excitement as they danced and rejoiced before the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawari Benedion, who also joined in the dance. As visiting and paying of homage to various homes of senior elders continued, the initiates spent 7 days performing diverse kinds of rites as required by tradition. They were furnished with rules and regulations regarding their new office as Edion.
That I grew up in this community to the point that they have now also chosen me as an elder in this community. It's a thing of great joy. All thanks to the Esama of Benin, my people, my family, everybody, all Okada community for this great honor. I am very, very grateful.
Well, this is my brother. I'll call him my uncle because he grew up with my father. I'm so proud of him because we are doing the same rituals as the Edions of the Okada. It is our duty for us to make this place a greater place, for outsiders to come and see the goodness of God in Okada. And I'm proud of every one of us here. So shall it be to each and every one of us in Jesus' name.
Odion ma Okada zima Esama zima dion Bona zima dion Obana zima dion Manawe Mari o Esama denena ni mado pon Esama ni mado gbeken Esama e ma dio wa na Esama ma gbeken ne osabo obuyo bitu ne baba no get on maga no dia mi maga ma ni do gbeken ne denena e ma yafe e ma ato e ma agbo oro pa ewu dori e ma dia wo ne o be ti agbon ya no we mi maga me ni just ko sino mi afa
in Esama, in our father's house, in respect of our initiation to elders Edion level. As tradition demands, we are here today to come and also pay our homage to him, for him to also pray for us for long life and prosperity.
The climax after 7 days was paying of homage again to the Edion way, where he gave the initiate the full rights to function and to henceforth participate in meetings with Edion. It will go down in the history and minds of Okada community, Ovia people, Edo State, and Nigeria in general. The ambience, style, and the colorful ceremony associated with the 2025 initiation into the Edion Council of former Governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakari Igbenedion, his brothers Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osenwige Igbenedion, Peter Osawori Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osawuni Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osane Igbenedion, Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ogbedio Wonse, Honorable Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukbonwa Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorige Igbenedion, as well as Agbong Steve Igbenedion, among other sons of Okada.
Omonomba Nedo Ukwakwalokpolo Ewai II, Oba of Benin, performing during the 2025 Ododua Festival. Ododua Festival is unique as it was organized in honor of Ioba Omoni Hwoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, as part of activities for her burial rites. The rich traditions and cultural heritage of the Benin Kingdom were showcased when His Royal Majesty Ewai II engaged the floor to perform during Ugie Ododua in the palace ground in Benin City. In the dance performance, the Ogbelaka royal drummers supplied the needed impetus and rhythm for the dance. However, tributes are paid by the head of Benin deities to the monarch, who was the cynosure at the event. The event can best be imagined as the spiritual rejuvenation, stunned, spectaculars and guests at the colorful ceremony. 7 masquerades representing 7 spirits and deities conveyed different meaning in company with the head of the deities of Benin, with the Oba of Benin, who exhibited a grand cultural dexterity in his dance steps.
certainly the best.
A pleasure to have you join us today on the program Woman to Woman. I'm Adisu Walsawagia. Today on the program, we're going to be looking at something that hurts the women most. And by hurting the women, is also hurting families around the world. It is not something that is restricted to just one part of the world. It is everywhere. When it happens, it is women that suffers. And be rest assured that once one woman suffers, the whole nation is also suffering. We're looking at this topic today, human trafficking, kidnapping as a direct sourcing mechanism for sex slavery in Nigeria. That is what we're going to be looking at today. And I have my guest in the studio already. Join me to welcome Sister Helen Alehoji, SSS Project Full Life member. It's a pleasure to have you join us today, Sister.
Thank you.
And I also have Doris Oyinyechi Ogbefon. She is a public analyst and then the founder of Society for Empowered Youth Development. A pleasure to have you join us
Thank you so
today.
much. Thank you for
It's been a while, and thank God we were able to catch you. Catch you to join us on this program. So, this topic is quite interesting, and hopefully we'll be able to pass messages across to the powers that be in our society so as to be able to help women. So, Sister, walk us through this issue.
Thank you.
So talk to us about this issue.
Okay. You know, this...
because I know that SSH Project is working really hard on kidnapping and human trafficking. Yes, so talk to us.
Yeah, you know, our congregation have passion for the upliftment of the downtrodden womanhood.
Mm.
So these trends in the society of girls being trafficked outside our country to Europe for exploitation, and this vulnerable victim due to poverty in the society, they are forced to see themselves in such situation.
Yes.
And so, looking at our own belief, what we stand for as a congregation, we decide to fight against this menace in the society.
So how are you fighting it? That is what we want to know, because every day you hear people get kidnapped. There are women, there are children, there are young girls amongst all of those persons, and most often the time it is the young girls, the women that are either trafficked for sex or used as sex slave. So tell us a story of somebody or people who got trafficked, who, I don't want to call them victims now, the survivors. How did you deal with them? How did you, tell us from the story of rescue to how they were integrated into the society again, because it can be very traumatizing.
Yes. You know, four of us, through a campaign, against human trafficking. They were able to get some of the victims who were courageous enough to come out and tell us their stories. And the story is not something that is palatable to hearing, because it is, in fact, it's scary. And with this story we give us this passion, you know, to go out and then seek for those who are victims of this human trafficking. And those who want to come out, come to us, and then going into their history, their experiences. First and foremost, what we see they need is a healing. We begin with the healing processes.
Okay. All right, let me come to you, Doris, because I had to write your own question down, because we've been talking about this for some time. Now, you know, how is kidnapping used to force women into sex slavery in Nigeria? Talk to us about it.
Okay, you know, considering the means, the three elements involved in human trafficking that we normally know as the means, the acts, and the purpose. If you look at how human trafficking is perpetrated, you understand that it involves recruitment, transportation, harboring, you know, persons unwillingly, as in against their wish. And these persons are deceived into either sexual exploitation, organ harvest, or even domestic servitude. So when a crime of such is reported, you look at the three elements to decipher if it is actually a case of human trafficking, which has to do how was the people recruited. Were they taken from one point to the other? You know, these are stories. From the stories the victim will tell you, you will establish all these facts. And you understand, you will also ask the person to understand what he or she was doing while in captivity, while under the control, while the person is being harbored and controlled by the trafficker itself. So you understand, you could be able to say, okay, if it's a woman, majority of them are trafficked for sexual exploitation, that is sex trafficking, where they are being used to work as a commercial sex workers or prostitution. And whatever they make, the trafficker collects every dime. Then if it is a man, you will also have to understand if the purpose was for domestic servitude or cheap labor, forced labor, domestic servitude, all is in the essence of cheap labor. And many of them, whatever they also work, their master collects or even bigger. When we say cheap labor, I'm going to break it down. Let's say, for instance, as an undocumented migrant or someone who is not familiar to an area where you are taken to, and you are forced to work in certain place, and your movement is controlled. It's restricted. Yes. If the minimum wage, let me use Nigeria as an example. If the minimum wage is 70,000, okay, you will see those people, those vulnerable group that are victims, working maybe in construction sites, in restaurants, as the case. Even girls also fall victim of this domestic servitude or cheap labor. You see them being paid peanuts. And most times, it's also their madam, the trafficker, that also collects this profit or this income, these resources. So you see this set of people being used. Their movement is restricted. Their freedom is not there because they are being controlled, harbored in a certain place. And you can still understand that some of them even change their identity. When they get them, first thing they do is to force them to change their name. Let's say those that their biological names that their parents gave them or guidance gave them is Faith. You see majority of them changing it to Victoria. So and they feel this uncomfortable and sense of this intimidation, that they find it difficult to freely associate with other people because they are living under constant threat and abuse.
Okay,
so I will come there where you said the link between the kidnapping and the trafficking, human or sex trafficking. Okay, the link here is this. This crime is something that is not static. It changes. Traffickers always change the dynamics of their crime. You know how they perpetrate this evil. So now the trend is now shifting from that force or deceit in terms of recruitment. When they are recruiting, you know, normally traffickers have
their style, they have their tactics, their system.
Yes, at which they use to talk these young girls and young boys into this, to deceive them. That deception is fading away. You see the link now becoming coercion, more of coercion, physical adoption. You see the physical adoption taking place. It's either maybe travelers are on their way to their destination, and these people, these bandits or these terrorists jump out, come out with their guns and adopt these people physically. And when these persons are adopted, you can always know, if you have listened to the accounts of victims, those who have been rescued or even they paid ransom to gain their freedom back, you listen to the account of the ordeal they passed through. From the point of that physical adoption, there is this movement where they are taken from that point, they migrate them, they take them forcefully, they march them to a different location. And when they don't even stay in one destination. They keep moving, changing positions in the bush. And while they are doing so in the bush, most times they separate the male from the female. And these female are being subjected to rape. They rape them to a stupor. Yes, they rape these women. So you now see the purpose at which these people come for this physical adoption. Number one, you know, I told you that before you establish that a crime has been committed, human being has been trafficked, there must be these three elements that has to be established. Do you get? So you now see the adoption, coercion. The means at which they did it was through coercion, physical adoption. You will now begin to also establish the fact that they have been taken from one point to the other, transported either through foot or even with vehicle. You see somebody being adopted on the road, and they force the person to enter a vehicle, and they move from that point to a different location. Okay? And the person's movement while in captivity or in custody is being restricted. Most of these victims are being chained or even surrounded with guns, making sure that they do not escape or they do not move without the permission of their adopters. So you see the fact of the means being established. You see the fact of the purpose. Apart from the female victims who are double, I always call them double victims. Exactly. Okay. This set of people are being raped to stupor. They serve as sex tool for these adopters. And at the same time, they also pay ransom to gain their freedom. Do you understand? Majority of them are also being tortured, abused. Apart from the sexual abuse and harassment, they also pass through physical abuse. So you see the female victim passing through double jeopardy while in captivity. So that is where the link.
Somebody once said that being born a woman is a problem on its own. Yeah. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, we'll come and talk about the young girl that whose story went viral on social media, who told the father, don't pay ransom, that she was going to kill herself already. So we'll take that short break now. When we come back, we'll talk about that. kidnapped or trafficked for sex and all of that, you know, it hurts so much that being a woman is a problem on its own. All right, surviving in this kind of environment, it's huge. It used to be so sweet for a woman to walk freely, be happy and all of that, but nowadays it's not like that. So you just said that we've moved away from deceit. You deceive them, but some are still being deceived to travel out of the country, particularly now that the country is being bedeviled by a lot of negative factors, okay? Some people are still being trafficked. In fact, some are offering themselves to be trafficked. You know, I've heard some people say, is it not better to go do it abroad than stay here and you don't get gains and all of that? So what are the tactics you use, sister, to kind of dissuade these girls from that part of life?
As I earlier said, from the healing process.
No, what are the things you tell those girls, or what advocacy are you involved in letting those girls who want to offer themselves? You know, there are girls who just want to offer themselves on a platter of gold, say, any day I die, I need to go there, you know? So how do you, like, tell them to hold back, explain to them that what you are going there for is not as you see it too? So what are those things you have been telling young girls?
Through the campaign program, we let them know the danger they are to face. They are to face. If they are involved in
do you tell them anything about real life stories that you people have handled?
Yes, we do. But even at that, you still see some, just as you said, who are still willing to tell you because of poverty, their dad or their mom is sick, and they are
there's always a story. There's always a story to do what they want to do.
Rely on them, and so they have no choice but to look for how to survive and make money to them. So we try to encourage them. They'll tell them, no, you don't have to do this in order to cater for your family. Okay. There's a better way
to do things
which you can take to make you live a good life and to settle down and do whatever you want to do.
Okay, let me come to you now, Doris. There's this story of a young girl, you know, I think I saw the picture in her NYC uniform and all of that, was abducted, ransom was asked for, and the story says the girl talked to the father and said, don't pay ransom, that she was however going to kill herself because she has been raped multiple times. Multiple times. I think a 23 or 25-year-old girl, that goes the story. So that story brings to bear what young women go through, what does our gender go through. So I wanted to speak to that story because some persons have criticized the young girl, you know, the action she took, that why would she want to end her life, pay ransom and come home. But that young girl is damaged emotionally, spiritually, physically. She is damaged. So speak to this story and speak to government on the need, speak to the powers that be, on the need to make it easy to live this life, to live this country as a woman.
It's so sad. To be honest with you, each time I wrap my head around what female adopters, as in female victims of this banditry, terrorism, and
even war and all of that, once there is conflict, the women suffer.
I always feel so bad about it. It's not only the young girl. I've had the opportunity to listen to other accounts from freed female victims. It's not usually funny, and it always gives me a burnout each time I listen to any of them. It's quite unfortunate that we have several laws that the implementation becomes a big problem in this country. Even as we speak, the Criminal Code Act, both the Act and the law in those states prohibits terrorism. It's so sad. And we also have the Terrorism Prevention Act. in Nigeria, both Edo states, which we recently also worked on, that the governor is using. You see the demolition here and there, concerning houses used to harbor victims of kidnapping. But we also still have the VAP law. So
I know. We are time there is because we know understand that law, we know the criminal code and all of that.
We must not criticize that all of this are in place. We must not criticize without reminding us what has been done. I'm just coming from there. Our VAP law also criminalizes or penalizes all these things. But it's quite unfortunate that our institutions are weak to protect the citizens.
That is where I want you to go to.
Very, very weak to protect the citizens. And this weakness, these evildoers leverage on these loopholes.
So what should be done that is not being done? So what are the things that should be done that is not being done?
It's the same weak institution I'm talking about. We have to really rise up. We have to brace up. I've never seen a nation who wants to be great that underfunds their security agencies. I've never seen that. I've never seen how we can make progress with this type of attitude, with this type of nonchalant attitude towards progressive things that are supposed to position us, our position things right. How can we achieve this? How can we pursue criminals with an empty hand? How do you think that investigations can be possible without you funding the agencies saddled with this responsibility?
So there's a huge system breakdown.
Exactly, systemic problem, very huge systemic problem. And I begin, whenever I look at budget, fat budget, going into capital expenditures and stuff like that, leaving the core issues unattended to, I always say that we have not started, we are not serious to pushing things and to doing things right. Assuming I am looking forward, I'm very honest, I'm looking forward to seeing this nation rise up to its expectations.
So what is the preventive? What should be the preventive reality as we speak now? What should be the preventive reality
now as it is? We need to prioritize security more than even the roads that they said, the coastal road that they said they are doing for us. We need to prioritize that. I really do not know whether they are waiting for a situation where these people will start going house to house to be picking people for ransom, for sex slavery, in fact, for organ harvest. I don't know whether they are waiting for our system to break down to that extent. The better we rise up for us, the better for us. It is right time we prioritize what is core on the table. The burning issue today in Nigeria is insecurity. We cannot even get investors. We cannot even get them. We can't attract reasonable investors with this state of the nation.
All right, sister, what's your parting statement now as we end the program?
Mine is that, looking at the situation in our country, Nigeria, it's time for us to rise.
I thought you were going to say it's time for us to pray. Because somebody said
even while we are praying, the prayer without an action is dead.
Okay,
so prayer and action goes together.
All right, so there is your parting word as we parting statement now as we leave now. So 30 seconds.
Prayer and action goes together.
Security agencies should be adequately funded to protect us. We need protection now.
Doris and Sister Helen, I've said it all. Need I say more? No. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Aqua Game, a popular game in Africa played by our ancestors to entertain themselves after each day of farming. It is also relevant in our coronation in Africa. It is a sport and indeed very interesting, as every seed had a role in the game. Playtime is 45 minutes per set. There is no age limit as long as you can spin Aqua seed. Ayo or Aqua Game, known as the game of intellectual. This game requires a lot of mathematical skills. Aqua Game is played with carved wooden box containing 12 holes.
Yeah, the Queen's Bee. And
Thanks so much for joining us on another interesting episode of Ladies Night. Today, we're going to be talking about another interesting topic. So, are you a woman out there that you realize that you pray more about money than you actually have money to spend? Or you're there if your husband or partner, boyfriend, anyone decides to withhold an allowance for you this month, you're practical, how many days will you survive? Or you're that woman that if something happens to your job this minute, will be doing GoFundMe for you to survive. Oh, it doesn't stop there. Are you a parent who you have daughters, but you have no properties in their names? You've not thought about securing their financial future. Well, today's topic is definitely for you. We're talking about financial freedom for women on the show today. By the way, my name is Daisy Leo Asikidi, and I have a very gorgeous lady right here by my side. Her name is Lydia Azuka. Lydia, it's good to have you on Ladies Night.
Many thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. You look like financial freedom.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so when you hear financial freedom, what comes to mind? What does it mean to you as a person?
Okay, well, financial freedom to me, it means making life decisions without financial limitations. Yeah, that means having enough savings, having enough investments, having enough assets to just fund your lifestyle and your future goals. So that's what financial freedom means to me.
Beautiful. So it's not fake it till you make it.
No.
Because, you know, this fake life is not aesthetic. So, guy, you start the fake life, but you realize how much you need money to sustain it when you start it.
That's right.
But this fake it till you make it is not a new statement or a slogan that we're just hearing for the first time. Even in churches, we hear it. We see it on social media. What would you say about that belief, fake it till you make it?
Yeah, I think that works for people that are not financially free. Because if you're financially free, you don't need to fake it. It's there. You just live your life, achieve your goals, and just, you know. So it's for people that are not financially free. And I think, yeah, for Nigerians, it works because it helps us to look like we've arrived. It helps us to look like, yeah, we're achieving our goals, we are getting there. We are not there yet, but we'll get there. So it's something that is
it's not totally bad.
It's not totally bad, exactly. It's okay to fake it till you make it, but don't borrow to fake it till you make it. I think that's where we draw the line, where you now start borrowing, or you start going to the extreme. You're going to extra miles to actually fake it, to fund your fake lifestyle. That's when it becomes a problem. But if you can actually like fake it till you make it, it's okay. Like the way I'm dressed now, you said I look like I'm financially free, but I'm not. I'm not faking it. Do you get?
Oh, please.
Oh, no, that's true.
With the insecurity in town, is anyone who's going to come tell you that they are financially free? I know what you're saying. I get it. Okay, so I can use AI to put myself in a beach in Seychelles. Meanwhile, I'm somewhere in Usulu Market.
You don't want to go there. Because I am an AI analyst myself.
Okay.
I create a lot of AI videos and AI pictures.
Oh, really?
For people. Yeah, I do that. I do that for people. I do that for myself also. And then when I create these pictures, I just imagine like, oh my God.
When?
God, when? So you see that fake it? AI is now even joining us to fake it, to make it. So it's awesome.
So you can actually achieve it with AI instead of borrowing to go to these places, and then when you come back you're hiding because your debtors are at your door. And then before we know, they say this person commits suicide. God forbid. You know, we're very religious people. We have to put God in whatever conversation we're having. But how can a woman indeed achieve financial freedom and not be so dependent on a man or on a particular job? Without this job, you're not going to feed, you won't survive. If something happens to one source, your source of livelihood today, it's gone. I've heard stories of fathers that passed and the children had to stop going to school. They just couldn't cope. Those who were in institutions, our institutions that you think might have learned a thing or two about survival, they've been sheltered all their lives. Their dad passed, they had to leave that private university and try to get into a federal school. They couldn't get in, or they had to learn business. One thing or the other, the story just keeps spiraling downward, and it's pathetic. So how can a woman indeed achieve financial freedom?
Okay, I love that question so much because that's like the apex of why we're here. I think the first thing for me is education and skill development. Okay. As a woman, you need to be educated. There's no, gone are the days where they say a woman's education ends in the kitchen, or what a woman has to do is just to cook, cater for children and all that. No. As a woman, you need to be educated. You need to go for skill development. Some people don't want to go to school. You can learn a trade, learn a skill. That's the skill development I'm talking about. Learn a skill, do something with your life, go to school, till the highest, like go for your master's, go for your PhD, become a professor, depending on what you want. But you see, education, it's so paramount in financial freedom and skill development also. And then the second point I want to talk about is savings. As a woman, you have to save. Now you have a job or you have something doing, you have a business, you really need to save. Don't just finish up your salary or your income from your business. Always save. Put out some money every month to save for your future and all that. So savings is really, really important in financial freedom. And lastly, I want to talk about having multiple streams of income. Yes. Don't just depend on that your business. Don't just depend on that your job, you know. Have multiple streams of income. Have a side hustle. Have something you're doing to elevate your standard of living. So as a woman, I think for me, these are like the 3 major points in financial freedom. First of all, be educated, develop your skills, have a saving habit, and then have multiple streams of income. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I remembered a conversation I saw. You know, Twitter is like a jungle. You see all kinds of things there. And okay, it's no longer Twitter, it's called X. But at the time when I saw this conversation, it was Twitter then, where someone was saying, when I become, and now I've graduated from school, I am now an aunt. So all my uncle's children will see Pepe. The times I asked my uncle to buy me something and he would say, I'll see what I can do. I kept waiting and he never did anything. Now I'm going to be the one telling his children, I'll see what I can do, and I will not do anything. And then I kept reading and comments were just coming. I was laughing and someone else said, well, now I am an aunt. I've actually seen why my uncle could not see what he could do.
Exactly. Like
so until you get to some stages in life, you will not understand. You will just think everybody's out to get you. And that's why when we're talking about you have to be financially free, we know what we're talking about. You need to have emergency funds. Things happen. Things that you do not plan for, things that you were not expecting. If they suddenly happen, what will you do? If your phone that you're using right now should go bad, will you be able to get that same kind of phone within the next 2 days without borrowing or putting it? I've even seen on status where people do, can someone just buy data for me?
Oh my God.
And it's always a woman.
Data.
Yes, it's always a woman.
Oh, wow.
I was so embarrassed, like, really? Which data are you using to put it there that you want data?
Borrowed data. It could be borrowed data.
Oh my God. Let's not even begin to talk about those who go, I'm so bored. Will someone take me out for ice cream? Will someone take me to the cinemas? Take yourself out. You don't need anybody to do these things for you. All right? Well, we're going to go on a break quickly on the show. When we return, the conversation continues. So thanks so much for staying tuned. It's still Ladies' Night right here on Independent Television, and we're talking about financial independence for the 21st century women. Okay, so Lydia Azuka has been my guest so far. We're still on this conversation, and at this point, I want to ask you, Lydia, about some of the mindset about financial independence you think society has that needs to be overhauled. Are there any you've seen so far, as from when you were a child to now that you grow?
Yeah, of course. You know, I will start by talking about the inheritance aspect. You see, a father dies and the boy child takes everything, leaving nothing for the girl child. It's really appalling.
Sometimes we get Ashrebi.
Ashrebi, yeah, that's from our mothers, right? Yeah, but we also need to get properties too. I know we're women, and I think it's an African mentality thing, whereby they feel like, okay, the women will get married and leave the family and go with the inheritance. So they majorly focus on the boy child, carrying the name of the family and all that. It's just an African mentality, because I know in the Western world it doesn't happen like that. So this is one of the limitations of financial freedom for women, because how do you narrow the fact that the boy can get the properties, the inheritance, and then the women get little or nothing from it? That's really appalling. I think our culture should address that. Our society should really address that, yeah. And another limitation to financial freedom for women, it's this industries paying the male staffs more than the female staffs. I see industries like that because they are male, they should earn better. and then the female earn lesser. It's really a societal thing, and it's a limitation to women. I think that should be curbed. Women should earn as much as the men earn in industries and workplaces. Yeah, I think for me, I'll go with those two for now. Yeah.
You know, when you talked about the pay gap, I just talked about politics as well, where women practically have to beg for positions. You know, the field is not level playing. It's not a level playing field for men and women when it comes to politics. You're doing meetings very late in the night and you say, okay, if you want to play politics, come at 9. You forget the fact that she's a woman.
Yeah.
She's still going to take care of her family, or you don't want her to have a family. She will prioritize her family. It's just normal. And that's why you need to create that time to be flexible enough to accommodate her if you really want her to compete. Don't make it so difficult. It's just like a very rich man say, I want to buy a land, and this land, the poor man had already gone to price it, and then they say it's 50K, and he has 51,000 in his account. So, okay, I'm going to buy. And the rich man hears and say, let's make this thing fair. You go behind the poor man to tell the owner that I will pay you 10 million. And then you say, whoever can pay it, let's make it. No, that's not fair. That's not fair playing. That's not. So that's what usually happens in politics. You make it very difficult for a woman to thrive, and then you say you have spaces. So if a woman needs to get a space, you just give, let's have 2 women in the House of Assembly, you know, and give them. It's not the right way to go about it. So yes, I agree with you on that one. I totally agree. Okay, so still talking about financial freedom for women, are there some challenges that could possibly be faced by successful women in the society?
That's right, yeah.
Okay,
so yeah, they face a lot of challenges. You know, when you're financially stable as a woman, you are tagged a prostitute, like, oh, she's sleeping her way through the top. How did she get her money? Her house, how did she build that mansion? Who gave her that car? It must be one allergy, one cheap. Yeah, women face that a lot, especially in this part of the world, in Nigeria and in Africa. So one of the challenges women face, like financially independent women, is the stigma of how did she make her money? How did she make her money? You know, especially men, they don't want women to be financially stable, and they don't want to agree. They don't want to come to that school of thought that women can actually like have it all, like have the money, the houses, the cars, the luxury and all that. So that comes with a lot of stigma, and it's really sad that in this part of the world it's like that, you know. And there's this stigma of when a woman is financially independent, she's not submissive. Men, we get that a lot from men. You see men shying away from financially independent women. Like, no, this one will not be submissive. No, they want to go for a woman that they can control. You get that? So a lot of women now shy away from even becoming financially independent because they want to get married, they want to raise a home, they want to raise a family. So when they meet men like these egoistic men who don't like their women to be financially stable, they become what's the word?
Can't you just pretend that you're not rich? Then okay, that's another problem, because when they find out that you're rich, they'll say you lied.
You lied. That's not that.
But you will submit your wealth at the altar.
And that's another thing. When women become wealthy before they get married, when they get married, all their wealth goes to their husbands. That's what
to prove submission.
Yes, to prove submission, because the man wants you to declare your assets. He wants you to submit everything, and you see that's where submission comes in. They feel like women will not want to submit their assets. They don't want to declare their assets or submit.
But should I tell my should I submit? Should I share my properties with my husband?
Yeah, that is it. That's what marriage is about, right? Two becoming one.
Really?
So all you have now becomes your husband.
So is it okay for a woman? Should a married woman, really know all her husband earns?
That's right. As a married woman, you should know all your husband's earns.
Should his properties be in our name?
Daisy, that's a question for another day, because most men, they don't want their properties to be in their wives' names. So most times what they do, they use their children's names.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
If it's my child, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay. Even my wealth, if I have kids, they to be in their names.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them, male or female, doesn't matter the sex, they should have something. Okay, but what are some other extra things women could do to make money? Because yes, we've said a lot of things, but someone might just be out there thinking, I have just 5K. How can I turn this my 5K to fund my lifestyle? What can I do? What's that extra thing I could do to start my journey to financial freedom?
Okay, yeah, to start your journey to financial freedom, first of all, the first thing I will tell you is, whatever you're doing for free, try and monetize it. Whatever service you're rendering for free, monetize it. Like me, I told you I'm an AI analyst. I create AI pictures and videos. I started making money from that. Daisy, you don't want to know how much is in AI. Like, they make a lot of money from that. And when I started, I was just doing it for the fun of it. Because, yeah, I love it. I love creating pictures. I love making videos. Yeah. But someone told me, Lydia, do you know you can actually monetize this? I was like, oh, my God, yes. So when people come to me for pictures, I charge them. Like 5,000 naira per picture, and they want like 10 pictures in a day. And I do that for a month. Can you calculate how much that is? And I was just doing it for free. And so you're here watching me, and you're doing something for free. I know you are. Just monetize it. I'm telling you, you could be making hair, monetize it. You could be making a dress for your sisters, for your friends. Let them pay for your services. Whatever you're doing, even if it's consulting, like people coming to you for advice, let them pay for your services. That's how you start your journey into financial freedom. And whatever you're doing, try and make investments. Yes, I know I told you about saving. You save and you also invest. There's a difference, a huge difference between saving and investing. Yeah, you save for a rainy day, but you invest for a brighter future. So try and invest in your little way. No matter how little you're earning, no matter how small, put that money into something that will create more wealth, more money for you. Yeah, so that's what I'll say for now.
Okay, and the final question I have before we call it a wrap on the show today is, are there dangers to married women being 100% financially dependent on their partners?
Of course, Daisy, when a married woman is financially stable, she won't take rubbish. She would not take rubbish. A lot of women. That's why they say we are not submissive. That's it. A lot of women are in abusive homes. A lot of women are suffering in their marriages just because they are not financially stable, because they are not financially independent. They will ask you, oh, if I leave that marriage, where will I start from? Lydia, I don't have any money. I'm just here. I don't even have money to take care of myself, take care of my children. If I leave this man, how do I cope? You see, so a lot of women are just managing their marriages. They are just surviving. They are not enjoying their marriages. And when a woman is financially free, she will not take rubbish. She will not take any. A man married to a financially free woman respects that woman. Respect comes with financial freedom. So as a woman, I know you're married. You may not have like a lot doing right now, but try and work towards financial freedom. It's going to help you a lot in your marriage. It's going to help you a lot, and it will make your husband respect you. Even the society will respect you, and your children will look up to you. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time with us today.
Thank you.
I had an amazing conversation with Lydia. I enjoyed myself, and I'm sure our viewers enjoyed themselves. So a couple of things I've learned from our conversation today is, one, if you're a parent watching me, please ensure you have properties in the names of your children.
That's right.
It doesn't matter the gender. Number two, don't say what you have is small and so you will not build on it. Don't stop. You can fake it till you make it, but do not borrow to fund the fake life. So the moment you start borrowing, you've crossed the line. That's the word Lydia said.
Yeah.
You draw the line at borrowing to sponsor your fake life. But you can fake it till you make it, to give you some respect and to allow you enter certain places where you can actually make it. All right? So don't look like your problems. We don't want you looking like you carry the whole world on your shoulders. And at the same time, we had conversations about how the traditional mindset about financially free women needs to change. The societal thoughts towards them, if you like, think that every rich woman slept her way through. That's your business. Women, do not let that limit you. Do not let that hold you back. Whether you're single, in fact, that you're financially free means you need to have a high standard. Let women that have confidence come to you. I know there are also going to be gold diggers coming, but you need to get wisdom to know how to pick. Those that are lily-livered, that are so scared to approach you because you have money, you don't even need them in the first place, because those are the ones that you'll be in their homes and you'll be in some kind of unhealthy rivalry, competition that you can't explain. Your husband will become your enemy because you married him. They are the ones who will try to make you stop doing what you're doing to get money. They're the ones who will tell you to become a full-time housewife even when they cannot take care of the home financially. So you don't need those men. Let's start from there, okay? And then lastly, I also heard that whatever you're doing for free now, monetize it. So if you've missed out on any part of this conversation, because trust me, it's not just this wrap up I said, there are a lot more things she gave to us in the course of the discussion. Just go to our page on YouTube at ITV, Independent Television Benin. Look for Ladies Night and click on some of our videos, this video, and you see several others there. All right, and Daisy Leah Sikidi, thanks for watching, and a big thank you from me to Lydia.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. We'll be back again next week. Please make it a date at the same time. Bye.
Honey got the sugar, say it's on and it's on. But on chrome, never leave that Brooklyn alone. So if you say it's on and it's on.
ITV, certainly the best.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Ugemobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Oba Tope!
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.
certainly the best.
All right, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's another lovely Monday evening, and of course, it's my pleasure to have you join us on yet another amazing episode of your ultimate rendezvous for guys on television. And I'm talking the Guys Hangout Show on independent television, reaching you live from the city of Benin. Now, for starters, the Guys Hangout Show is a unique show that teaches men to put themselves first in a society where the needs of men are hardly catered for. You know, it's very important that you invest in yourself as a man, just so you'll be able to give out to everyone around you. The show comes up every Monday on this station. My name is Harry Aigboje, and of course, it's my pleasure to have you join me on this episode of the show. All right, now, tonight we have a very interesting conversation, something that borders on trust issues. Now, a lot of times we hear people talk about trust, right? You know, some people accuse you of not trusting them enough. So the question we're asking tonight is trust automatic or is it earned? Yep, it's a very interesting topic, and it's something that I'm very sure a lot of you out there are going to find really, really interesting. Well, I'm not alone tonight. I've got two amazing people, two people who are really not new to matters of this nature. First of all, to my far left is someone that ran away, but he's back now. You know, I guess it's not unsafe to call him a prodigal son. Yeah, he's one of the founding fathers of the Guys Hangout Show, and it's always a pleasure to have him on the show. He goes by the name of Benedict Ochiagu.
Welcome, yeah, thank you so much, Harry. I think prodigal will be a far-reaching word. Yeah, okay, but again, it feels good to be here this evening. It feels good, really, to be here. I've missed it here. I've missed the audience here on the Guys Hangout Show.
I've missed you as well.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just like that. We have to pay attention to more things, but sometimes you just have to have a blend, like a popular politician will say, Inyendeba. So it feels good to be here, and it's a pleasure being here.
And of course, it's a pleasure to have you. And of course, seated next to him is someone else who, you know, has been away for a while, but he's back with us now, and he goes by the name of Osas Zabayo. Welcome on board, Osas.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's great to be here again. Though the last time I was here was on radio.
Okay.
The first time I'll be joining the Guys Hangout.
What was your experience on radio, though?
Wonderful, amazing. Very, very interesting, because back then you can just have fun behind the...
Yeah, behind the camera. I mean, nobody's watching you.
I'm telling you, but it was very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's going to be just as interesting tonight. All right, so let's get right to the business of the day. It's actually a very interesting conversation that we have before us. Trust issues. Now, I'm sure you guys can relate to, you know, the debates, or should I say the talking points around trust and trust issues, right? It's not uncommon to hear people say, because you love them, you should automatically trust them. So the big question we're asking tonight is trust automatic or is it earned? Because some persons would like to believe that just because you love them, like I said, you should naturally trust them. They don't have to earn it. You should love, I mean, love shouldn't exist without trust. As a matter of fact, love and trust go hand in hand, right? According to people in that school of thought. Do you share that school of thought? Let me begin with you, Benedict. Do you think trust is something that should be earned, or it's something that is just automatic?
Well, for me, for the fact that it is the word trust, for me there is no line, there's no room for it being automatic, as long as it is the word trust. Okay. It is captured in the right sense of the fact that you have to earn it. There is something that happens over time. Even in trusting, you have to take your time to trust. You have to allow people earn the trust, like
prove themselves.
Yeah, like I said to somebody the other time, I told him that you were able to hurt me more than I deserve because I trusted you more than you deserve. Right? Yeah. People, when you trust people more than they deserve, the chances are that they might not really treasure that trust, and they might just give it away at any slightest chance. But when you allow people earn trust, they learn the skill of protecting it because they earned it. I advise that as a guy, you learn the art of protecting your space. And the word friend, I see a lot of persons that anybody around, just because you exchange the phone number with somebody, you say the person is your friend. The word friend is a very, very big word. And then you see some other persons, you meet somebody, just within the space of weeks, the person has known everything about you, your past, your present, and your future. That is for me recklessness. That is for me carelessness. And so when we are talking about trust, in my own perspective, I feel that people should earn the trust. People should really get a measure of trust, because sometimes trust is not holistic at the beginning. It goes from one layer to another. I can trust,
step by step.
Yeah, I can trust you on certain things, but in another thing, I might not really. So because of that sequence that it takes, I feel it's something that people should earn.
All right, Zabi, what's your perspective to this? Do you think it's automatic? Do you think that people should be trusted simply on the basis of their relationship with you?
Okay, so for trust, there are two phases to it.
Okay.
If you want to live a very simple, easy life, safe life, let people in their trust. But if you want to go very far, like very, very far, remove any. Just trust your God.
Just bestow trust on people, irrespective of whether they earn it or not.
Because there's this certain adage about how before you allow people in, have a certain knowledge of what they can do and who they are and all that. But I believe that if you really want to, there's I'm trying to coin it, not to.
If you have to apply that rule to everyone, then you won't have anybody in your circle.
Thank
Is
you.
that what you're saying?
In fact, that's the point I want to try and hit on. Because if you want to be very safe and make everybody in their trust, like before this person comes into my space, before this person comes into my circle, I'm trying to see what this person can do, if it's going to hurt me, how it can hurt me. That is how trust is built, actually.
Yeah.
So in that particular moment, I'm trying to weigh and see how this person, his capabilities, his weak points, his anger issues. So at that moment, I understand everything there, and I trust the person. So in that phase, I know where to hurt the person or where the person can hurt me, and I'm trying to avoid all that. So trust, that is how trust builds, understanding and knowing people. That's why love is just a byproduct. Trust is a byproduct of love. Okay. Because when you love somebody, you trust just comes with it. It's just like one of the backpacks in love. So because you've known the person, understands the person. But if you really want to go far, like most businessmen, entrepreneurs that go far, if you want to start banking on trust so much, you will not really go far. So
that's you taking it to the business angle.
Business angle, life angle, and all that. And in fact, relationship, there are most relationships that have started and this person throw trust out of the window, like they just see how it goes. But there's like I said, there are two ways about it. It might end well, it might not end well. If it ends well, it ends very well. But if it doesn't end well, it doesn't end very well.
Okay.
So most of the time, it might not be alive to see that it ends well.
Oh, okay.
But if it ends well, you're going to enjoy the ride. So that is one thing about trusting your guts. And then it's like you trusting yourself, trusting your guts, instead of relying on trusting the person. Now I trust myself. Do I want to do this? So that's how I see it, actually.
All right.
So there are two areas.
Fair enough. Benedict, Zabi's perspective sounds really realistic. He tends to look at it from a realistic point of view, whereby he's saying that, you know what, if you're going to judge everyone based on their level of, should I say, credibility, you might end up not having anyone in your circle. And of course, the area that he mentioned is one that we are very much familiar with. You are a businessman, so I'm very sure you can relate to that. So what's your take to it?
Well, the thing is, I quite understand what Zabi is trying to say, but there are extremes for me to his submission, because when you're talking about, for example, you just love and he talked about trust being a byproduct of love. I quite disagree with that, because you can love somebody without trusting the person.
Is that possible?
It's possible.
Like you think it's practical?
It's possible. No,
okay, explain. Throw more light on that. Okay.
Yeah, you can, for example, I can meet a lady, and maybe because of how, on the basis of certain parameters, I can fall in love with her. For example, they say you fall in love, right? So, but that may not necessarily mean that I trust that she can do this, I can depend on her on this. That may not necessarily mean that I trust that she isn't cheating on me. In fact, the people that are so much in love are being cheated on most, because love has a way of blindfolding them from taking account of certain things. You understand? Even when the red flags, even when the traces of that is supposed to be checked, because this trust or lack of trust is checked for sometimes, especially for those in love, because this is the guys' hangout show. And I know there are a lot of, especially younger guys out there that they are butterflies, you know, the kind of butterfly love and all of that. So this might just be a knowledge for them that, yes, you can love. For those who believe that you can fall in love, I know that with age, a lot of you will understand that you don't necessarily need to fall. You need to stand. But again, that is
that comes with experience.
With experience. So you can fall in love, you can love. But the fact that you love, for me, I believe that love should real love should be a byproduct of trust.
Okay.
Yes. Because the reason why we have problem in our generation, people jump into marriages, jump into things they don't understand without taking account elements that makes marriage work. And the elements that makes marriage love is not necessarily love. It is trust, it is respect, right? And communication. Then if that is what makes marriage or relationship work, then it means that those things are as powerful as love itself. Right? So that is it. Then again, talking about the area where I agree with him in terms of business, because if you want to really do much in terms of business, you have to deal with people who are available. Sometimes you don't need to trust them. What you do, like he said, you trust your own girls. You create a system and trust your system. And so anybody you are bringing in works within that system. So you don't necessarily trust the individual, but you trust your system. Because if the person is this or that, the system will fish out the person. If we have been able to create a strong and dependable system for that. But even at that, when you are applying for the job, they will ask you to bring a reference, 2 references. And this person they ask you to bring are trust currencies.
Like guarantors.
Guarantors, yeah, that is the word, guarantors. These are trust currencies. And when they vet these persons that you are bringing, it is on the currency of these persons, because this person has been proven over time. They even give you specification that the person sometimes must be a director so and so place, or must be so and so, because it takes a level of pedigree to become a director there. So if that person can be a director, it means there is an element, there is an account of trust that he has earned over time. So on the basis, on his own currency, you are not being trusted. Not necessarily. So what I'm trying to say that even in that sphere, trust is still being earned, either directly or indirectly.
Okay, trust is being earned either directly or indirectly. Now, how does, this question goes to you, Zabi, how does trauma, psychological traumas, determine your level of trust for someone?
Of course. So when we talk about trauma, we deal with a lot of memories. In fact, it comes from memories, good, bad memories. So psychological traumas usually come from bad memories. So looking at where we are right now, Africa, Nigeria in particular, where therapists are not really very common. And there's no much publicity for persons to visit therapists and all that. So many persons are working with trauma, working with psychological issues that are left untreated, and they just take it from one relationship to another. So that's why you see in a relationship, a girl that has gone through a traumatic relationship, and then she's in another relationship. And then the new guy just comes in and does a down step. the downstep triggers a memory that she has with the previous relationship of her with her ex having that same downstep.
Something as basic as a downstep.
Something as basic as a downstep, and then it triggers trauma. So this is where trauma has to be treated. So I think this is another campaign for treating trauma and mental issues. But if you're not properly healed from issues of maybe past issues that led to trauma, you're just going to continue. You're going to continue taking it to the next relationship and the next relationship. And then, if this, like I keep saying, every man has his flaws. In fact, every man has one side that he's struggling with. Even a pastor has something he's struggling with. Most pastors will shy away from that. So, if you not see one particular flaw that is actually supposed to be common or normal, it becomes a trigger for you, and then you start saying, "Oh man." So that's why that's where the statement comes in. All men are the same.
Men has come.
All men are come. All men are the same. And did you try all of them? No, it's just a few of them that you just saw the same issue, the same trend, and then not that they are totally bad. Just one particular flaw. Maybe this man does his shoe before he enters the house, and then the whole house is dirty. That triggers trauma. So I believe this area, and this totally goes away from trust actually, because at that particular moment, the person just does something little, and then distrust comes in. Even if this is the best person for you, even if he treats you right, I think a popular artist says 99 good plus one bad makes you a bad person. So just that one bad, totally, the distrust totally comes in, and then you forget the 99 times that you had good experience. Okay. So that is how trauma works, and I believe that you just have to increase campaign for mental health issues, treatment of traumas and all that, which is totally in the low in this side of the world.
Well, in case you just joined us, it is the Guys Hangout Show on Independence Television, and tonight we're taking a look at trust issues. Is trust earned or is it automatic? Now, I'd like to ask you this, Benedict. What do you think? Let's look at the patience factor. Okay, do you think patience is relevant in this discourse that has to do with trust and trust issues? Because a lot of times we tend to judge people before we even get to know them. So what role do you think patience plays in this?
Well, because I believe strongly that trust should be earned, and so I also have to prioritize and give a place of pride or a place of dominance to patience. Because if people will earn the trust, it means that I have to give them time to earn it, right? So I have to give them time to earn the trust, and if I have to give them time, one element that is key is patience.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to give people time.
But the question is, how much time is enough time? If we are talking patience, if we are talking about giving people enough time to prove themselves, how much time do you think you could possibly give someone to prove themselves?
I think that is not cast on stone. Okay. It differs with individuals.
And it's based on discretion?
Yeah, on discretion, and also with the person that you are dealing with. Okay. You might be lucky sometimes to find somebody who is great, a fast learner, who adjusts easily and all of that. But I think in building that trust, the first thing you look at is loyalty. Because until people are loyal to you, they cannot earn trust with you. Yeah, betrayal always comes with lack of loyalty. For example, if I'm working with Zabi and I am loyal to whatever we are doing, and I am loyal to the goal, the shared goals and everything, the chances are that I will not easily betray him because of loyalty. And then if, for example, I just have to start with the business aspect. And then if, for example, between a lady and a guy, if I am loyal to the lady, there's that level of loyalty, and she is also loyal to me, I think the chances are that over time, trust will be built fast.
Okay.
So that is why I say the first...
In other words, you're saying that loyalty builds trust.
Yeah, the loyalty actually is the first thing you look at. As you are building trust, you look at loyalty. Because if they don't show that sign of loyalty, the chances are that trust will be a scarce commodity in that relation, whether a business relationship or a relationship between a man and a woman. So when we are talking about how much time is enough, it's not cast on stone like I said earlier, but patience. Because sometimes one of the things that life brings people to you to teach you is patience. There are some of us that are short fuse, for example. When God sees that you are short fuse and God sometimes wants to deal with that issue with you, He brings somebody who is so much, who is a lot around you. And then if you can manage that person, automatically you are not just making that person better. You will find out that over time you have become a better person.
Okay.
That is why you see that men that are married for 10 years, for example, after 10 years of marriage, single ladies always seem to be attracted to those men. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Yes, single ladies actually seem to be attracted to men that are married maybe after 10 years, after 15, 20 years.
Because they have an experience with women.
Single ladies actually, the reason is that when you make comparison between your single guy and this guy and the married man has learned patience with his wife. The married man has learned to take nonsense, that nonsense that your single guy does not take. This married man has learned the art of taking nonsense. He has learned the art of being patient, because his wife is a lot. They are trying to get ready to go to church. The wife woke up by 5 a.m. The man woke up by 6:30. He will still get ready before the wife and be waiting for the wife. They will quarrel for some time, but after some time, the man will just learn that this is woman for you. And for us to have peace and for us not to spoil our Sunday every day, I have to be patient. So naturally, the man will adjust and learn the art of patience in order to deal with his wife. And so with that, because of that, there is something that has shifted in the man, in as much as he has worked on a woman, but something again positive has also happened to the man. That is why you see that young ladies sometimes seem to, beyond the financial, because the older a man becomes, the older sometimes, the more successful the man becomes. So young ladies, they also like successful, they are attracted to success, and then again, there are traits.
Okay.
There are traits. For example, Zabi is married. The way, those days when he was not married, when we rode together, the way he handled issue then, for example, when he arrived at the studio, he just called me that I'm here. And you could see from his voice there was no agitation, there was no tension, because over time he has learned patience. He has worked with a woman closely for a long time. So you can see a Zabi that is now patient, that is now enduring. So that is what it is, patience. Not really time bound, but again, just be patient. Over time, it can work.
Thank you so much. We're actually pressed for time right now, so as we begin to wrap up, I would like you to respond to this, Zabi. Betrayal. How does betrayal ruin trust?
Okay, so betrayal. How does it ruin trust?
Yes.
Okay. I already have something that I was already planning to say.
Okay.
But betrayal would always find a way to ruin trust. That I would not blame the person actually betraying. I would blame the person that actually trusted.
Really?
Yeah. So I think now let me now go back to what I was planning to say.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this life, I would advise don't trust anybody. Trusting somebody.
Now you are sounding like Tubaba.
I know you can't trust nobody. You have to
trust
someone and give him to the person.
Okay.
The only person you should give that gun to is the spouse. The only person that can actually betray you is my spouse. That's it. Not my kids, not my parents. Nobody should be able to betray me, because when you're interacting and working with persons, you should always have
boundaries.
Not just boundaries. In fact, don't have boundaries, but always analyze everything you see and hear. Everything you take in, analyze it. There should always be, okay, if you're working with somebody, there should always be a plan B and then a plan C. There should always be contingency, because nobody should be trusted. If push comes to shove, everybody wants to save their head.
Sure.
So
it's every man for himself.
So save yourself from betrayals. I believe this is what is taught to most of these guys in the forces. You don't trust the next person standing next to you except your brother. You understand? So to avoid every form of betrayal, don't trust anybody. I believe we're all talking about trust.
Yeah, sure.
Don't trust anybody.
That's
the safe side, right?
The truth is that betrayal does a lot of damage to trust. In fact, sometimes it goes beyond the person that even betrayed you. But again, betrayal is also an important teacher, because it teaches you. Because like what Zabi was trying to say, I learned that very late. Because before somebody will betray you, there will be traces to it. People don't just wake up to betray. You will see disrespect. You will see traces. So analyze those traces and deal with it before it gets to the big
analyze those traces, deal with them, and ensure you tackle them before they become a monster that you have to start running helter-skelter in order to conquer. Well, it's been an amazing show tonight, and I want to say a very big thank you to my guests, Benedict Ochagu and, of course, Zabayo Osas. It's been a very interesting conversation, and I'm sure those of you out there that have been watching have been taking notes, because there's a whole lot to learn from what they've said so far. Now, should trust be given to people without earning it, or should it be earned? Well, I guess that's left for you to answer. My name is Harry Agboje, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and have yourself a lovely night rest. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.